Hello everyone, and welcome to Season Watch, where we're watching I'm the Villainess, so I'm Taming the Final Boss, Episode 3. So what happened last time? All their assets were taken by the prince, because the marriage proposal was cancelled and everything. So her father made her gain some new funds. So she decided, hit, hit two birds, one stone. She's gonna help the Demon Lord, Claude, and by renovating his region, his territory, she's also gonna use that to acquire her new funds. But for that, she needs help, because she can't do all that on her own. So she's gathering some allies, such as Jasper, the reporter, Donnie, the architect, Rook, I think that's how you pronounce his name, I don't know, the doctor, Quartz, the botanist, and Isaac. I still don't know what his profession is, but yeah. These five are helping her out, as well as Claude's assistants, or his aides, Belphegor and Keith. So she actually got the beasts, the demons from the... I don't know if I would call them demons. Yeah, I guess the beasts from the Demon Lord's territory to help out as well, because they seem to love sweets. So she's paying them with sweets. So it's remunerated work. It's paid work. And it was all going great. Like, they're gonna renovate everything, and then they're gonna work on cosmetics, because something from her old world that's not very common here, and it's gonna be very popular with the ladies. But then something came up at the end. Some threatening letters were being sent to Lilia, and everyone seems to think it was Aileen, after all. Lilia is going out with Cedric, and Aileen was his old fiance, his ex-fiance. And also, those papers are from Noble Ladies book papers, so also cross-selled most options. But now she wants to investigate that, so she's sending Almond to check out the disposed stuff in the castle. So first up, we started with the ball. We need to get Claude to go to her with the ball. Great. But before the ball happens, we need to acquire some funds. Okay. But while we're acquiring funds, we need to deal with this threatening letter situation. So we're just minimizing, like, the scope. We're getting a big scope. We're clearing the conditions for it. But before we can get to it, we're getting to a new problem. And then a new problem. And a new problem. We'll see if we find another new problem inside this whole threatening letters event. But that might be this episode. So, as a reminder, this is a time reaction, which means you sync up your own version with mine and we'll watch it together. I'll try to add some scenes here and there, but don't expect too much. And with that being said, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. There's a crow. Curious. And there's even a crow with a ball. Must be nothing. Crows are great scavengers. And out of all that, he found... Yeah, he is really looking forward for the apple pie. No opening yet. So what I was gonna say is, like, out of all that junk, which is a lot, mind you, I did not expect that much. He found the exact piece of paper they needed that quick. He just went in, got it, and left. Very good work, I guess, but very convenient as well. But I guess because that's not really an important point. Like, Almond even was saying, like, oh, that was close and everything, but the guy was, I don't care. It's just a crow. It's trash, so there's nothing important in here. But of course, for the creatures from the Demon Lord's territory, they are worried and scared of this whole human situation. After all, we did see what happened to the Fenrir Cup. Was it in the first episode? Yeah, it was the first episode. So, yeah, they're not very nice, many of the people here, so. But it doesn't mean everyone is evil to those creatures as well. But yeah, we got over the whole getting the paper, so now they're gonna investigate that paper to see if she can find any clues. My mind is still on Lilia faking the threats, but we'll see. Should be about over, right? Look at the timer. Yeah. I wonder why she's taking long. Oh, look at the dress. Is she already going to the ball? I guess. If so, never mind of the whole idea that I had. Well, did Claude leave this her? Yep. The mage just toss her. Toss her. I hate say as expected of her. Like, curses, why does she have such good dresses? At least she's over the situation. Now she has her eyes on Claude. She's just working on new financial production, you know? Don't worry about those old stuff. Oberon. Is that her new company? Yeah. Okay, so it is our company. So we kind of skipped ahead and are dealing with everything at once, really. Everyone wants to get to know the Oberon company and their product. Ah, and that's what it was. Pitting the ladies against each other. Yeah, a return that far surpasses their losses. Okay, at least the father seems... Yeah, exactly, the father seemed happy. A bad feeling about that, huh? And who are you? Oh, okay, so he's part of that Oberon. Oh, is that Isaac? I did not recognize him. So they found the culprit. Oh, they skipped. Yep, it is Isaac. So they skipped quite ahead. Lilia is missing. Now, is that whole question, is it Lilia just faking this? Or is it like the game world trying to keep itself in the same nature by somehow getting her captured and everything by someone else? Okay. I like the friendship they have. Mm-hmm. So what do you plan to do? She seems to have a plan, as usual. And Cedric is very mad at her. Because he believes that she's the one doing all this. Oh, just straight up capture her, huh? There's Ribbon and Belphegor. There's Ribbon. And there's Lilia. See? For someone that went missing, she's just... She went to Claude's castle home. I feel like she's just placing herself there so it will seem like he kidnapped her. She's the protagonist, so I imagine she has something. Uh-huh. Yeah, no. I don't buy this. He's not alone. Right? He's aware of the whole thing that's happening. Yeah, I wonder why he sent it. Maybe because he went missing without saying a word? Mm-hmm. What did I say? Mm-hmm. Stop Aileen from what? No. Wait. How would you know that? Because that's the game. Is she someone also Isekaya knows about the game? Because how would she know about the Aileen's plan? Because that was what she would do in the game. See? No, she's already over Cedric. And now she's going for... Now she's going for Claude as well. What's going on? Oh, he doesn't know it either. Oh. I kind of like, they kind of touched her already, but... There's already somebody one step ahead of you, girl. Okay. Yeah, no. You're assuming a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, see? Like, you're assuming all of that. See, that's your proof. I do like her personality saying stuff like that. She's already over you. Get over it. Yeah, in past tense. Exactly. See, she's the one wanting to move forward with the document. She is. Oh, wow. You're a fool of yourself, huh? Yeah. See, what do you mean you're a woman? Didn't you discard her? Okay, and what is this report? It's about Lilia? Oh, Claude. He's just coming in from the ceiling? Oh. Okay. I was about to say, is he gonna fix that? Ooh, look at Belphegor. Still has the horn showing, but yeah. Then again, it is a Demolar, so. Now, that. I just gotta. You know what? Just ignore that. So, is the ceiling gonna stay like that, or? Thank you. Because I was about to say, great entrance, but causing a mess. But no, he fixed it. So, good job. They all just sleeping with the sheep. Yeah, he's just fuming with anger. It's not really thinking at all. See? Yeah. Like you said, she's over you. Okay, so he's the older brother. Okay, now you're hearing her out? Okay. It took you quite a bit, but at least now you're listening. Well, now you're were the cause of your own defeat on losing Aileen here. Mm-hmm. She can relate to that. Uh-huh. By the Lombard Company. Okay.
ですからこうして重ねると同じセットのものはぴったり重なります
Really? They're made so personal like that? I would expect like the whole every item from that it would. And are they? I thought they were a little off, but no, hey, she had proof. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Not fully satisfied with that, but I'll just accept it. Because I feel like that's just me nitpicking. But hey, she proved that he was wrong and that she was the one faking the threats. Mm-hmm. There was a lot YouTube could have been. Yeah, such Isaac was a classmate. And there she goes, signing it. Okay. Yeah, she was fond of him, but wasn't really in love with him. And there you go. She moved on. Officially. Now that she's a free woman, she moves on fast. Yeah, now you're just standing there dumbfounded. Seeing the woman you thought was in love with you is with your brother, and the girl you're in love with was not being threatened, but faking it. She betrayed you. You're the one that betrayed her first. Like, very self-centered, huh? Yeah, I imagine she couldn't announce it because she wasn't there. Oh, that little tinge of jealousy. But I think he can agree that Aileen is better. Okay, he's noticing it. See, I feel like that's what she was doing when she was at the castle. Like, she was worried about him and everything, being lonely. And he's saying, like, it stretched more than he thought. You're cute and she's not my type. Yeah, granting his wish. I totally forgot about that part as well. But see, like, she knew what to say to trigger his line, his path, and also that Aileen would supposedly kidnap her. So I feel like she knows about the game plot and everything. What? Where did that come from? She's thinking about what happens in the game. That's what happens when he goes berserk. Which I guess that would happen if she were killed. Mm-hmm. But then she wants him to not turn to that so that she won't die. But if he turns to that because she died, that kind of... Okay. By the only human he's trusted. Would it be Keith? Because Keith is a human aide that he has. So, the only human he trusted since young. Like, I feel like Keith would fall into that category. Now, does that mean that Keith betrays him or that Keith is killed? I may want to check out that last line she said there again. Of course, this is all I'm assuming she's talking about Keith. This is the only human he trusted. And he has a demon aide with Belphegor and a human aide with Keith. So it would be kind of weird that he has that human aide but doesn't trust him. Granted, now he has two humans he trusts. Keith and Aileen. So I feel like he would act like that more if something happened to Aileen. But like I was saying, like, she wants him to calm down and not go berserk so that he won't kill her. But if he goes berserk because he killed her, that kind of doesn't really matter. Unless she really starts to care about the other people there, like her allies and everything, and don't want nothing to happen to them. Like, that's all I can think of, really. But as for the episode, oh, it's over. As for the episode, like I was gonna say, I was gonna wait until after credits to talk about it. Now, I did go back to watch the last scene of what she said, and it was because he was betrayed. So Keith is gonna betray him for some reason. A shame, because Keith seems such a cool guy, such a fun guy, very skilled, determined, and also gets a bunch of laugh out of seeing Claude. So, kind of feels weird to imagine him betraying Claude. So I feel like we're gonna go into that topic next episode. Like, she's gonna try to see why he would betray and try to make him so that he won't betray Claude. That's my estimate, my guess for next episode. As for this episode, let's see. We get the ball, which I wasn't expecting this episode. Maybe next episode, but not this one. But no, we skipped ahead and got everything down. We got the ball. We got the finance with the Oberon company for the cosmetics. And we got the proof of Lilia's faking threatening letters. So all that was gathered up and thrown into this episode. Maybe a little rush, but I guess kind of fits. I don't know. Maybe like manga or light novel had more details before we reach this point, but it might be just fine the way it is right now. So yeah, like Cedric is just very blinded, very self-centered, just thinking about himself. Like, just capture Aileen, because who else could have done it? She's missing. Obviously, you're the culprit. You definitely were jealous and angry at me and her. Yeah. No proof of that, but I can guarantee it. Like,
Lilia が行方不明になった。お前の仕業だろう。 脅迫状もお前だろう。いえ、リリアはどこだ。
私はリリア様のことも脅迫状のことも知りません。どこかに証拠がございますの？
お前以外に誰がこんなことをする。
確たる証拠もなしにこのような狼藉を。
俺と復縁するのにリリアが邪魔なんだろう。嘘をつけ。お前は俺を慕っていると未練がましく言っただろう。
あれは慕っていたと申し上げたのです。過去形です。私はもうあなたを愛してなどおりません。
俺を忘れられずに。セドリック様、ご令嬢相手にそれ以上は。黙れ。もともとは俺の女だ。
And he still believes that she's madly in love with him. Like, no, she moved on, man. Way faster than I like to admit, in fact, because as soon as she left the castle after you rejected her, she went to Claude and proposed to him. I believe it was literally afterwards, so she did move faster than I expect, but she did move on from you. She said she loved you in the past tense. She adored you. Past tense. Not anymore. She put some closure in that even before you did. So, like, he was even talking about her being his and everything. Like, what are you talking about? Didn't you reject her? Well, are you saying you want to have both of them? But at least once, like, Claude showed up and proof was shown, like, he was finally listening. Still mad at her because how she one-upped him, like, completely, and how both the proof with his brother and everything, like, everything she one-upped him. So he's mad at her, but at least at some point he started to listen, which more than I expected from him after the first scene.
待たせた。は？すまない。
いいえ、それほど待っておりませんわ。
アイリーン、まさかお前。待て、アイリーン。お前は本当にリリアを誘拐していないのか。
何度もそう申していますわ。
じゃあ一体誰が彼女を。俺より兄上。お前が俺を裏切るなんて絶対に許されると思うな。
I still find the whole stationary thing strange that they all line up together if they're from the same stationery, but from the same set. But if they were bought a different set, they wouldn't be lined up perfectly. Like, I would imagine they, I guess, because there's not much machinery here, like everything is by hand, so small changes will affect things, and that it did seem like they were not perfect line up, but according to them it was. So who knows? Maybe I just looked at it wrong. Like I was saying during the episode, Claude's entrance was awesome, very stunning, and props to him for actually fixing it, because I was worried he was just gonna make a mess. But no, he stopped everything in the air so they would not hit anyone, and then put it all back. A bit extra, certainly, but hey, he got everyone's attention. And with that, he also showed that Aileen is with him, so yeah. Got also attention for her having moved on from Cedric to Claude. And they did show a lot of stuff from the past, how not just this episode, but previous episode as well. Like, there was potential with Cedric and Aileen, but they both kind of failed there. Like, there was some little stuff that she could have done to help them out more and trust her more. And also, he believed the masses overheard, seemed from the whole arrogancy. And also the fact that he just moved on to the heroine. And even though he still believes that she's in love with him still, but yeah. Speaking of the heroine, Lilia, like there's so much stuff to talk about her. Like, very curious how she knew that Aileen was supposed to kidnap her, even though our current Aileen has no plans in mind for that. Like, she was busy with other stuff for herself. She does not care about you. But in the game world, she was supposed to do that. So, how are you so sure she was gonna do that unless you know about the game? There's also the whole thing that as the heroine, she's able to conquer the many routes in the game, as it is an Otome game. So there's Cedric, and it does seem like Claude is also one of the paths. So she was going to try to get him on her side instead of Aileen's by saying all those lines, like she's worried about him, thinks that he's feeling lonely, wants to grant his wish. And for a second that he did feel it, but because Aileen got to his heart before her, like, he put up a wall there and stopped her before it was too late.
リリア様が行方不明だ。
脅迫状イベント通りね。ゲームでは私がならず者を雇って誘拐してたわね。
アイリーン様はならず者を雇って私を誘拐するつもりなんです。だから罪を犯す前に
自分で身を隠してしまおうと。
はい。
アイリーンが君に危害を加えると決まったかのような口ぶりだな。
アイリーン様は本当にセドリック様を好いてらっしゃったから恨まれて当然です。
リリア様はヒロイン。ゲーム通りに会話してフラグを立てればそれだけで。
私ずっとクロード様のことが気になっていたんです。そんなの悲しすぎます。一人ぼっちなんてかわいそうです。クロード様、私はあなたと仲良くしたいだけなんです。私ならあなたの願いも叶えてあげられます。
But yeah, she knows a bit too much about the game, so I do feels like it's somebody else getting isekai'd and just happened to be in the protagonist's body, just like Aileen's on the villainess body. Which, guess what? Another series comes to mind, that Life is Hard for Mob character in Otome games or something like that. I think like every episode I mentioned a different series. We had My Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, the world's strongest or assassin reincarnated as a aristocrat, and now we have, what was the name I just said? Life is Hard for a Mob character in an Otome game. Like, yeah. So I can see a lot of connection to those series. Doesn't mean that this is bad by any means. Like, people complain about cliches, but my opinion is they're popular for a reason. If executed well, they're very good. It's not that they're cliches that's the problem. It's how they're done, really. So, hey, I'm down for this comparisons. I'm down for this little things in common with this other series. Like, if it's done well, I'm very much gonna appreciate it this show. And so far it is. We'll have to see how it progresses, but at this point, it's doing very well. So, I think that's all really to say about this episode. I did mention about Isaac and Eileen's relationship during the episode, which kind of nice, their friendship there. And it seemed like he was one of the few people that stuck with her during classes, even though everyone shunned her because they thought she was arrogant and everything. Isaac was an exception, it seems. And so he's a very precious friend to keep. But yeah, I guess that's all for today. And with that being said, see you next time. Bye.